I'm Kev, welcome to the vlog. I have a bit of a problem. I've injured myself. Or more specifically, I've re-injured an existing injury that forced me to officially retire from competitive sport about 2 years ago. My knee, my poorly knee, about 2 years ago, in fact it was almost 2 years ago to this very weekend, I was on stage at MGPX, our podcast expo that we haven't done this year, but we did for like the 3 or 4 years previously. And I got a little bit over exuberant, jumped off the stage, landed funny on my knee, didn't really think anything of it at the time. It woke up the next morning, my knee was massively swollen up, and it turned out that I'd torn my ACL. And after months of physio and whatnot later, I was basically told I had the choice between having surgery to repair it or accepting that I'd never be able to walk in a straight line again, and I had to retire from all competitive sport. At the time, retiring from competitive sport, not a big deal to me. I had no intention of ever doing any competitive sport, so I did a big announcement on Twitter at the time, officially announcing my retirement. I've accepted the fact I'll never play for Posh. Fast forward 2 years, I've not really had any pain at all in that knee for well over a year. In fact, the other knee's been giving me more hassle lately, because on that side, on my left knee, I have something called a patella subluxation, which basically means the kneecap on that side sort of floats around and can become, I don't know if dislocated is the right word, semi-dislocated. Anyone who's been following me even longer will know that when we did the marathon, we call it a marathon, but we walked it. We did a 30-mile walk for charity for the Best Thing From podcast 5 years ago. My kneecap dislocated about halfway round, and I ended up sort of being dragged the final 15 miles with a dislocated kneecap. I don't seem to have a lot of joy when we do these big podcast events, but that one's been giving me a little bit of hassle since I started running, but I didn't really think anything of it. But I was getting into bed last night, and as you do, I just sort of put my phone on charge, got ready to get into bed, walked towards the side of the bed, and then turned to sit on it. But as I sort of turned to lower myself onto the bed, my foot sort of got planted on the floor and didn't move the rest of my body. So I turned and flopped onto the bed while my foot kind of stayed planted where it was a little bit too long. It obviously moved eventually. I didn't completely snap my leg off, but it just sort of got stuck into the carpet, or I don't even know how it happened, but basically twisted my knee, and it's now, I mean, it's not massively swollen, but it is a little bit swollen and really sore and just feels really loose, and like it did when I did the ACL 2 years ago. So I'm hoping that's not what's happened again, because if that is what's happened, that was probably 5 months of physio, I think, and not being able to sit down, because sitting down, like driving long distances or sitting in a cinema or even sitting at a desk for any reason, any decent amount of time, it would just start to lock up and ache. Walking was a problem, and all I could really do was sit with my feet up, which strangely coincides with me putting on weight. Around about the time we did that, I was probably about 18 stone. I had 6 months where I couldn't really move at all, stopped walking Dave, and put on about 3 stone over the course of the next 2 years, because I never really got back into the good habits again that I had at that point. Just finally starting to exercise again and try and re-establish some good habits, and it really, really hurts. I hope it's not anything near as serious as that. I've got up this morning and it just aches. I've gone to Tesco and sort of hobbled around Tesco. It isn't hurting sitting down, which I'm taking as a good sign, because if I've torn the ligament again, or re-torn it, or injured something, I don't know, do they heal, or is it still torn in there and I've just done something else to it? And I don't really know how the inside of the knee works. All I know is, as of right now, it hurts, and I will keep you updated. This isn't an excuse to get out of running. I'm stupid enough, probably, to still go and try and run tomorrow, even if it still hurts the way it does right now, just to find out. I'd rather push myself over the edge and end up in hospital, but at least then know, rather than forever be thinking, well, was it just an excuse? Don't really want an excuse. So that's where I am right now. Need to get on with a little bit of work, because later on today we're going to go and meet or it's like a second interview for the person who wants to be Andy's PA. She wants to meet Andy, so we're going to go and meet her at a church. Hopefully they get on, and fingers crossed we could be appointing her later on today. And then I just need to get ahead on my videos, get ready for the stream. Stream comeback is now, by the time you're reading this. By the time you're seeing this, I'll have already done the comeback stream unless something went massively wrong. But as of right now, I need to get set up for it. I've got this Stream Deck thing, which I've had for like months and never even figured out how to use. So I'm going to try and set that up. And then I need to get ahead on my videos because over the next 7 days, there isn't a lot of them where we were at home. This is kind of the last full day where we're at home. We're in Grantham tomorrow because Andy's got the dentist and it's his birthday, so there's not going to be much in the way of videos tomorrow. Tuesday I'm at home during the day, but then in the evening I'm off to Posh to do my match day announcing audition. Wednesday we're going to Alton Towers to the CBeebies Land part of it for Andy's birthday. We're not going to do full Alton Towers because he just wouldn't like it, but we're going to take him there and do the CBeebies Land part of it. Thursday is my catch-up day, and then Friday we're off to Hull via a funeral in Mansfield. So, and then that's the weekend, we're in Hull then. So it's a busy week ahead, and I've got a pile of work to do. So I'm going to pretend my knee doesn't hurt. I'm going to stop talking to you lot, and the next time you see me, I should be stood in the grounds of one of our most visited churches, hopefully having just had a really positive experience with this potential PA who doesn't like being filmed, oddly. So she won't be on the film. We've tried to be on time for this meeting at the church, but I think there's a wedding or something going on. All the parking over near the church over there, where we normally park, it is rammed. There's no room in the car park. There's nowhere to park at the side of the road. So we've come onto a side street behind the church, parked up there, and we've now got to walk through the graveyard and round to the church, which is just over there. We're already late. So fingers crossed she'll hang around for a few minutes. Presumably she's going to be having the same problems getting parked that we've just had.
Yeah, we'll go see open, okay?
And we should be alright. We alright back there?
Yeah.
Splendid. I have no idea what's going on. I don't normally have loud music here. What have we walked in on? Oh, that organ thing was new and worryingly, and I couldn't film it because we had the lady with us, but the church was locked. But I guess it was the vicar?
Yep.
The vicar came out and offered to let us in so we could have a look around. She let us in an unlocked side door. So now he knows A, there's a side door, and B, even when they have the D-lock on the big gate at the front, that side door might be unlocked. So I don't think they're quite aware of what they've let themselves in for, because he now knows the back entrance into the church. And seems to like organ music, which we never knew before.
Oh, he sat there so...
We were in there a good 10-15 minutes watching that, weren't we? The organist practicing, and he was loving it. I think I caught on camera him cheering at one point, but he seemed to enjoy it rather a lot. The meeting with the potential PA seemed to go quite well. We're still not absolutely finalised. She's going to go away and have a final think now that she's met him, but he was on his best behaviour, so hopefully he's done everything he needs to meet her criteria. It seems to work for everybody. The hours we need work with the hours she's looking for, and like I say, he showed no problems or resistance there, so unless she's looking for a problem, we should be okay, I think. So fingers crossed. She said she'll get back to us within a few days, and we should be able to move forward onto the next stage of that, which will be getting them meeting each other and knowing each other. He seemed to like her. He didn't run away, which is good. And I think part of him now thinks that she's the person who allows the back door of the church to be unlocked. So that might be good for us, not so good for her if she takes the job. I think now we've got to go to another church.
Another church.
How did that happen?
Because that one was shut. So I made a deal with him, if he was good, we'd go to another one.
Interesting.
I didn't realise it was going to get open.
Oh, I can smell barbecue everywhere. Why is my camera all greasy? That's better. I can smell barbecue everywhere we go. I think I'm going to go and buy meat and some way to apply heat to it. I think we have a barbecue. Do we have a barbecue? We certainly had one.
You've left it out all the winter.
Excellent. So we've got a rusty old barbecue. That should be fine. I'll find some coal, or maybe buy some coal. Maybe buy a new barbecue.
A barbecue a year today.
Apparently we had a barbecue a year ago today. But I will, I'm going to go and buy some meat and some coal, and I'm going to give us all food poisoning, ready for the big week we've got ahead of us. Because that's what we need. For those of you keeping a record of my ailments, and I assume this is going on a Wikipedia page somewhere or something, my knee really hurts. I'm limping quite significantly. I've already been in one church today. I really would be tempting fate to go into another one, and I don't really want to be struck down.
Wait.
Is it good?
Yeah. Time to go home.
I don't get how that thing can possibly be right. When me and this lady went to Lincoln earlier in the year, it might just be because we went via Boston, but when we went to Lincoln, it was an hour to get to Boston, then another hour and a bit to get to Lincoln.
Maybe it's a straight line. I don't know.
43 miles.
So,
That should be well under an hour for the full journey. I don't understand. Are we really only 43 miles from Lincoln? Someone needs to look that up on a map for me. Well, now I don't know what to think. This tells me Lincoln's 39 miles away and should only take an hour. I feel like I've been hoodwinked. Now to play one of my favourite summer games. What barbecue stuff can we find in Tesco at 3 o'clock on a Sunday when everyone else has already bought everything? It's a game. Well, presumably due to the joys of it being overcast and a bit rainy this morning, I won the game. High score. And absolutely everything I could possibly want. We're having a barbecue. I've even got ice, so I can try these Boba lychee things that I got at Play Expo last weekend in a gin and tonic. The barbecue is on, but more importantly, it's time to have my Boba gin and tonic. So this is the lychee poppin' juice balls that I bought at Play Expo in Blackpool last weekend. So there's a little packet of them there. Apparently this is enough for 4 beverages. They're the ones who suggested that I try it in a gin and tonic. I've only ever had it in tea before, yeah, 4 servings. But we're going to try that in a gin and tonic. So I have a glass with some ice in. We will try and get this open. I guess we just kind of take a spoonful of this and put them in there. And then of course we have one for Kev, because they're awesome. Presumably these need to go in the fridge now. And now we need some gin. And some tonic. It's also the first time I've tried Fever Tree tonic, which people keep recommending to me. So if it's bad, I'm going to blame the tonic and go back to Schweppes and try again. But we stick the tonic in there. The straw that the Boba man gave me. And give it a little mix around. There's not many Bobas in there, perhaps we need a little bit more. And then we'll give it a try. That is awesome. You need to try that. In other news, things we're going to try. I forget who sent us the bacon jam, but we're going to have this on our burgers as well. So it's a day of trying things. Right, Anna is not keen on the bacon jam. I'm going to try and convince her by tasting some in front of her, because she just doesn't want to try it. Because she thinks it's going to be disgusting. What a weird smell. Presumably you don't just have a spoonful of it, but... just tastes like burger relish with a smoky flavour. That's really nice. That's going on my burger. Are you having some? Do you want to try a little bit now? Do you want me to put some on your burger? Woohoo! Right, this complicated setup behind me, in fact, oh, copyright. We'll mute that. This complicated setup behind me means that I am just about ready to go live on my comeback stream. It's the first time I've streamed on Twitch in 10 months. I'm really excited. I don't know if it's all set up properly. I have tried to get my little Stream Deck gadget set up. I pressed one button on it and the whole thing crashed. All the software on it just stopped. So that's not going to be in use tonight. But other than that, I think everything's how it needs to be. Fingers crossed. We're going to leave the vlog here so I can go and do this. People are asking me to start. Probably use same people, but this is why I didn't start. It gets complicated. Thank you for watching. I shall be back tomorrow. And those of you who missed the stream, this stream, there'll be another stream tonight, Monday night, 9 PM. We're back 2 nights in a row, everybody. Thanks for watching.